नमः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेषां स्वागतं व्याहरामि प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरिः ओम तत्सत्। तो अद्य अस्माकम् अष्टमपाठस्य पठनं चतुर्थभागात् सङ्ग्राह्यविषयाः इत्यस्मिन् भागे पार्वतीदेव्याः स्तुतिद्वयं पठित्वा आरभते। तु पठामः पार्वतीविषये किमुक्तमस्ति अत्र इति। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके देवी नारायणी namostute. Okay, so if you notice, it's in sambodhana. Largely it is in sambodhana. No, everything is in sambodhana. Okay, so sarva mangala mangalye shive sarvartha sadhike sharanye triambake devi narayani namostute. So let us look at the individual breakup. Sarva mangala mangalye. So sarvam yat mangalam asti tesham mangalya एषा पार्वती इति तेषां मांगल्या अस्ति एषा पार्वती. So the one who is the bestower of auspiciousness to everything that is auspicious. Okay, the Kavi has that's why use Mangala twice. One in the original Mangalam sense, another in the sense of the one who bestows Mangalya. Okay, so that is the growth version. Okay, Taddita from Mangala. So Sarva Mangala Mangalya ya Parvati asti ताम उद्दिश्य मांगल्ये इति संबोधन प्रथमा सीता इत्यस्य यथा हे सीते इति भवति तथैव अत्रापि मांगल्या इत्यस्य मांगल्ये इति भवति. तो सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये समस्तपदं तत् प्रथमा संबोधन एकवचने. तो हे शिवे शिवायाः एषा इति शिवा अथवा सापि शं prapayati. She is the one who begets peace and auspiciousness. So that's also the sense of even Shiva. Okay, so Shivaha is the pullinga version, Shiva is the strilinga version. So Shive, he Shive, like that. Okay, Sarvartha Sadhike. In fact, the similar bestowing continues by the Kavi. Sarva Artha Sadhika. So every meaningful bounty that we get, Artha is indicating that thing that comes to us, what is good for us. So maybe fruits of our desire in a laukika sense, perhaps. So Sarvartha Sadhika. So one who is the sadhana kriya for us, one who is the motivator of the achievement of artha in us. Okay, that kind of things. And he sadhike. Okay, again prathama sambodhana. Sarvartha sadhike sharanye. Sharanya. Sharanu, we know. Sharanu means to repose our complete faith in somebody, to go take refuge in somebody is called sharanam. So that one who is qualified or one who is the correct person to go sharanu is sharanya. Okay, sharanyah, sharanya. So because Parvati sharanya, he sharanye, he the one who is the proper one to take refuge in that sense. Okay, then Triambaka, Triambake. Okay, so as you know, Shiva also has this Triambakaha thing. That similar thing is carrying to Parvati as the one of his, has his consort, Triambaka, like that. So you see, Trayanam Brahma Vishnu Rudranam Ambaki Mata iti Triambaka. So the meaning that we get is Trayanam, of the three, Brahma Vishnu Rudranam, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are Rudra of those three, Ambaki Mata. Okay, so Ambaki is in a kind of Amba sense only. Okay, in a with a cup type of thing. So Mata iti. Okay, Triambake. So though she is actually the consort of Shiva, here there is a little bit of elevation to as the Mata of all three. Okay, that kind of utpreksha is quite common, right? So that sense has been taken. Or if you take Triambakaha as Shiva, then Triambaka like that, and then Triambake like that. Okay, so Akaranta Strilinga has become Sambodhane E iti. So Devi iti Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda tasyaha nama tat atra Sambodhane hrasvam krutva Devi iti suchitamasti. तो दीर्घ ईकारान्तस्य ह्रस्व भवति, दीर्घ आकारान्तस्य एत्वं भवति संबोधने स्त्रीलिङ्गे. सो नारायणी इति अपि तस्याः नाम, नारायणी इति संबोधने. पुनः दिस नारायणी is quite used commonly for even Lakshmi, etc. So it's been applied. Devi is quite common epithets given to goddesses. So that's the one. Okay. So here Narayana gives the sense of the destination of people, that sense. Okay, destination of the life of people, that sense. Naranam Ayane Lakshya Esha iti. Narayani. Namostute is the working portion of the whole verse. Namaha Astute. Our namaskaras, may it be yours, or may our namaskaras be offered to you, like that sense. Okay. So salutation to you, that is the Namaha Astute. O goddess Parvati, there is not explicitly there anywhere Parvati, but they have added that and then gone into the quality description. Here in English they have shown it as shown as if it's all statement, but here it is everywhere Sambodhana Pratama. But this is the way Tatparya you write. You are the auspicious one for all auspicious occasions. Sarva Mangala Mangalye, Mangalya is how they have described. You are Shiva's consort, Shive, and can fulfill all desire, Sarvartha Sadhika. Okay, you protect all those who take refuge in you, Sharanye. They have not gone on to explain Triambaka, Devi, and Narayani in such detail. It's kind of cut short there. We should actually go ahead and give some at least mention of those, even if you're not able to go into the analysis of how that name is. Okay. So Devalokasya Esha iti Devi. Okay. So she is a goddess. So that's all. Then I have already explained Narayani sense, one sense of Narayani to you. Okay. So that's what I have shown here. The important is this Triambaka can be derived in a more higher sense this way also. Okay. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. Okay, nice. Another verse now for Parvati. अन्नपूर्णे सदा पूर्णे शंकर प्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती. Here Parvati is mentioned directly. Hey Parvati. See Sambodhana. Hrasva. So Hrasva, Hrasva actually I should say. Hrasva. So Parvati. Hey Parvati. Bhikshan Dehi. Okay, please give your kind grant to us. We are seeking that. So give that bhiksha to us, like that. I mean, whatever we desire, please provide that. Okay. So now again Sambodhana Pratamas. He Annapurne. Okay. So Anna is food, whatever is required for our bodily needs of Bhojana. So Purna. So one who is full of that, one who is the bountiful. Okay. So Annapurna. So He Annapurne. Okay. Athva Purayati Annam Asmasu iti. One who provides us with food. That also sense is there. Okay. Sada Purne. Okay. So this Sadapurna is going beyond this normal Annapurna. It's like all and every time, all things and every time, the one who provides, okay, are full of that. She's full of that because she wants to provide us. That sense. Sadapurna, Sadapurne. Okay. Then Shankara Prana Vallabhe, Vallabha iti. Pratama ekavachane. Shankarasya Pranaha iva sa. So Shankara Pranapriya sa Vallabha api sa. So consort. So Shankara Prana Vallabha. Okay. So then Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartam. Jnana Siddhyartam Vairagya Siddhyartam. So for the Loka we need Vijnana. For Paramaloka we need Jnana. Okay, the moksha jnana. So that is that jnana siddhyartam, and eventually from that we get vairagya for the earthly matters and attain a higher status. So that is vairagya siddhyartam. So for giving us the divine knowledge as well as the uh, detachment sense from normal petty desires. For that, for begetting that siddhi, for getting that, for that purpose, siddhyartam. Okay, Bhikshan dehi cha Parvati. So, please, hey Parvati, please give us that Bhiksha. So, what Bhiksha? Jnana siddhi, Vairagya siddhi, etadrisha Bhiksha. Parantu tatra लोकजीवनाय अन्नपूर्णा इत्यपि दत्तमस्ति तो एवं तो शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे इस् डैरेक्ट् अड्रेस् टु पार्वती. Okay, there is no embedded desire coded into that, but there is something coded into Annapurna and Sadapurna, which is our need. Here there is nothing our need, it is entirely her epithet to describe her. Okay. अन्नपूर्णे सदापूर्णे शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती. So, हे अन्नपूर्णे, हे सदापूर्णे, हे शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे, हे पार्वती, मम अथवा अस्माकं ज्ञानसिद्ध्यर्थं वैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं च त्वं माम अथवा अस्मान भिक्षां देहि. So give us all the bhiksha. Any questions? Okay, because the subject who is telling namaha astute is not mentioned, you can take mama or you can take it asmakam. Okay, singular or plurality of us, collective prayer. Athva lokasya, that also can be taken in third person. Okay. So Samskrita Vangmaya Parichayah इत्यस्मिन् भागे स्मः इदानीं. तो let us read through this. Okay, so maybe somebody can help us with this. Ha, Meena Varye, Meena Muthaya Varye, can you unmute yourself?
Namo Namo Mahade.
Ha, Namaste Varye. So Varye, just carefully read through this. If there is a requirement to explain anything in addition, I will step in. Otherwise, you can slowly read through this. Don't hurry. Slowly read through this. Yeah.
Mahade. Samskrita Vangmaya Parichayah. Abhignana Shakuntalam.
Abhijnana. Little bit convolution has to come. Abhijnana Shakuntalam.
Abhignana Shakuntalam.
Well done.
Mala Vikagni Mitram.
Kalidasa wrote 3 plays.
Kalidasa wrote 3 plays. Mala Vikagni Mitram.
Malavika Agni Mitram together. Malavika Agni Mitram.
Malavika Agnimitram, Malavikagnimitram.
Correct.
Vikramor Varshiyam.
Vashiyam.
Varshiyam.
So
Varshiyam.
Vikrama Urvashiyam, Vikramorvashiyam. Guna Sandhi we call it. Vikramorvashiyam.
Vikrama Orshiyam and Abhijnana Shakuntalam.
Correct. Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Well done. So basically, if you notice one thing, just pause a bit. So mostly the names of kritis and plays have napumsakatva in them, in that sense of that kind of natakam or something like that. Okay. So Malavika Agnimitram. So here Malavika and Agnimitra is actually a dvandva. So Malavika cha Agnimitraha cha Malavika Mitrau. It will become a Pullinga Dvivachana Dvandva Samasa. Malavika Mitrau, like that. But Tayoho Vishaye Idam Pustakam iti Malavikagni Mitram iti Kathitamasti Napumsake. Okay. So that's how it takes that. This is a little breakup I am giving how these names are constructed. For example, Ramayanam. Ramasya Ayanam, Ramayanam, Mahabharatam. So most of them have Napumsaka names in them. Okay, because the title is for a pustakam or a for example, a natakam, something like that. So generally Napumsaka names are there, but not condition. There are other linga names also. You will see that. So similarly, Vikrama and Urvashi. Okay, two characters. So Vikrama so Vikramaha cha Urvashi cha Urvashi, how will she go to Dvivachana? Whatever way. Urvashiyau, Urvashiyau, something like that it will go. Okay. Then about them, Vikramorvashiyam. Abhijnana Shakuntalam doesn't have two names. Abhijnana is about knowing Shakuntala, like that. See, this Abhijnana has been used in the title by Kalidasa because the entire episode of Shakuntala is hinged on Dushyanta getting to realize his forgetfulness due to Shapa and realizing Shakuntala. So, realization of Shakuntala and a book about that Abhijnana Shakuntala. Okay. Right. So the if you're wondering what this abhijnana is about, that's it about. It's the bhava of realization in Dushyanta about her. Okay. So very celebrated place of Kalidasa. Malavika Agnimitram Vikramorvashiyam Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Continue, Bhagini.
Of these, Abhijnana Shakuntala is also known as Shakuntala play. The story of Shakuntala and Dushyanta forms the plot of the drama. Dushyanta was a Rajarishi, royal sage. Shakuntala was Viswamitra's daughter.
Here it is not Shakuntala. Here it is just Shakuntala. Okay. This I will tell you the difference. What is why Shakuntala has become Shakuntala. Okay. The growth Sha to Sha is called a Tadita Prakriya. So that of Shakuntala is Shakuntala. Okay. Shakuntala herself is just Shakuntala. That thing of Shakuntala, whatever guna, her possession, whatever it could be. In this case, it is a story of Shakuntala. So, Shakuntala is Shakuntalayah Katha iti Shakuntala iti. So, Shakuntala is another name for Abhijnana Shakuntalam. So, that's what he's saying, or the author is saying here. So, continue from this Shakuntala. Yeah.
Shakuntala was Viswamitra's daughter and sage Kanva's foster daughter.
See, very important knowledge here. You guys, I should have highlighted all these things. So we should remember the character names. Okay, Shakuntala, we know why Shakuntala. Dushyanta, we know he is the hero. And then Rajarshi was his title. That means he was not just a normal king, he was a royal, sagely king, etc. Okay, then Shakuntala was Vishwamitra's daughter. So actually she was the birth daughter of Vishwamitra, but foster daughter or adopted and brought up by Kanva. So she used to stay in Kanva's ashrama. Ana, when you see the dot below N, it is Ana, Tata, Dada, Ana. So Kanva. Okay. So Vishwamitra, Kanva, foster daughter, adopted daughter.
The king went to the forest for hunting. He entered Kanva's hermitage in the forest. There he saw Shakuntala. He made acquaintance with her. They married through Gandharva rites.
Very well read. Gandharva rights. Okay.
Promising Shakuntala that he would send for her after Dushyanta returned to his kingdom, giving her the signet ring. Once sage Durvasa paid a visit to the hermitage.
So now we get a third Rishi, Durvasa Muni. Okay, so he was Rishi Muni, was a Paryaya Pada. So so we have Vishwamitra, who is the actual father, Kanva, who is the foster father. I don't know how to say foster father is correct, but anyway. So and then Durvasa is a visitor. Okay, and his Shapa is the critical one. We will read it. Yeah, continue.
Immersed in the thought of Dushyanta, Shakuntala did not notice the sage. Enraged, Durvasa cursed Shakuntala that she shall be forgotten by her husband.
Actually, Bhagini read it correctly. Here they have given Dirga, it is incorrect. It should have been just Hrisva Akara. So, Shakuntala. There is no derived Shakuntala possible at this time. So, here and there editorial errors are there. However much they try, they keep creeping in. So, but Bhagini read it correctly. So, he had cursed her saying, you will be forgotten by your husband. Continue.
Shakuntala did not know this then. When
I
her
mean, she was
friends
so engrossed in her loving thoughts about this Dushyanta. She didn't even notice the curse, sadly. Anyway.
When her friends requested the sage said that Dushyanta would remember Shakuntala only if he sees a memento. When Shakuntala went to Dushyanta, it happened as predicted, and Dushyanta did not remember her.
Okay. I mean, here Dushyanta had the excuse that there was a curse, but the fate of women in this world is largely hers. Continue, Bhagini.
The signet ring was also lost. Finding no other way, Shakuntala, along with her mother Menaka, came to the hermitage of Maricha.
So now a fourth Rishi enters the picture, Maricha. Don't confuse this character with the Maricha of
Ramayana.
Ramayana. Okay, the Ravana's cousin or whoever, right? Don't confuse. Though he was not half bad a Rakshasa, he had suffered once in the hands of Rama early when Rama was a young fella, had gone to help Vishwamitra. No, so that time also he had been defeated and thrown far off. So he had learnt his lesson and tried to keep away from matters related to this guy. But then Ravana entices him back. That Maricha is different. This is a Rishi Maricha of this era, Mahabharata early era. Continues, madam.
There she gave birth to Dushyanta's son.
So
He
she had
was
already conceived from Dushyanta even in the after the Gandharva marriage in the early time before the separation itself. So all this
Mm.
story has ensued within that 9 months. Continue, Bhagini.
He was Bharata.
Bharata.
When he
Mahabharata is coming from this Bharata. Anyway, continue.
when the lost ring was found by a fisherman, Dushyanta remembered Shakuntala. He regretted his mistake. Once the king had gone to heaven to help the gods. On his return, He happened to be united with his wife and son at the hermitage of Maricha. Being blessed by the sage Maricha, all of them returned to the kingdom happily. This is the plot of the play.
So what in
Uh,
3 paragraphs a big play has been summarized, fairly large, but it's very very colorful work of Kalidasa. There is more to the story of him meeting back his obviously enough opportunity for romance, color, everything is there in this kind of storyline. So beautiful depiction has been done by Kalidasa. Okay, so we got the key characters so far. Continue, Bagini.
Abhijnana Shakuntala is the best artwork in the whole of Sanskrit literature. The following verse speaks of the greatness of the work, which is ranked among the world's best classics. Kavyeshu natakam ramyam tatra ramya shakuntala tatrapi cha chaturtonka tatra shloka chatushtayam.
Just pause. So, kavyeshu natakam ramyam. Amongst the kavyas, okay, kavya being the creation of the writings of Pandits, Sanskrit Pandits. So, kavya. Kavinam idam kavyam. So, natakam ramyam. So, the nataka type of scripting is the most beautiful of the various other types, gadya, padya, other things, lots of them are there, right? So nataka is the best because very entertaining, especially can be actually visually delightful by enacting it. So tatra ramya shakuntala, in that natakam, tatra is to the nataka, so tatra tasmin natake, okay, Shakuntala Natakam Ramya asti. See, Shakuntala is the alternate, you see, name for the Nataka. So, Strilinga Pada. Actually, Shakuntala it should have been. But anyway, Shakuntala also could have been. So, in that Nataka, Shakuntala is beautiful. That can also be taken. Okay. Tatra api, even in that, Chaturtonkaha. See, since its fourth Anka is mentioned, it is Shakuntala is how you read it. That's okay. So, Tatra api cha Chaturtonkaha. So, Anka is one of the ways they used to title the segments. Okay. It's like, a scene, something like that, right? So, Chaturtonkaha, that is the most beautiful one. Tatra Shloka Chatushtayam. In that, there are four very, very beautiful shlokas. They are the best. That way, some kind of a colorful description given by some Kavi later, from later times than Kalidasa. Continue, Bagini.
Among the kavyas, Nataka is beautiful. There again, Shakuntala Nataka is more beautiful, wherein also the fourth act and within the act, the four verses are considered the best.
Hmm. Obviously, here they have not shown what those four verses are. It will be of curious nature. Uh, I myself have not clapped my. Maybe I have, but I have forgotten. I have to source what are those four verses being referred and read them. Um, that will be interesting. So, important summary. Thank you, Bagini. I think you have read it very well. Thanks for helping us read this.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
Dhanyavad ಅವರಿಗೆ. So now, important thing to remember. So Abhignana Shakuntalam or Shakuntala Natakam. Okay. Then in that, that is one of the three great plays written by Natakani, written by Kalidasa, Malavika Agnimitram, Vikramorvashiyam, Abhignana Shakuntalam. And the hero is hero, okay, Dushyanta, and the heroine is Shakuntala. And Dushyanta was a Rajarshi. Shakuntala was born to Vishwamitra, and later we figured out Menaka, the very Menaka of amongst the Apsaras. So Vishwamitra and Menaka's daughter is Shakuntala, and Kanva was the one who was bringing her, adopted and bringing her up. Okay. So he had a proper family hermitage type of thing, so he could bring her up. So he was bringing her up. So Dushyanta accidentally meets her, sees her beauty, meets her, decides, and Shakuntala has also fallen for him. Then they have a Gandharva rite. Gandharva rite is like one of the methods by which marriages can occur. If two people desire, they can, take oath in the Gandharva method and marry. So that's how they got married. That means even Kanva probably did not know. Okay, anyway. So then promising her, he went on giving, at least he gave her some signet ring, sadly, which she lost later. And then Durvasa came and she was lost in her own world, and he gave a shapa that we saw. Then, the shapa was reduced by the appeal of her friends to saying, okay, he will remember if he sees a memento that he gave her or something like that. Fortunately, he had given her a signet ring, so that was there a memento. But when Shakuntala went to the um, kingdom of Dushyanta upon the advice of Kanva, etc., it so happened, obviously, the curse worked and he did not remember, and she found that somehow she doesn't have the ring too, sadly. So Menaka comes to her rescue. Mother is always there in the background. So, and takes her along to Maricha's place. Say here he will take care, and she was taken care of in Maricha's hermitage. Don't ask why Kanva's hermitage she was not brought back to. We don't know all the complications. Anyway, there she gave birth to Dushyanta's son, who was Bharata. So eventually, a fisherman finds it, comes to the king and tries to give it, and then the king realizes actually it is the signet ring he only gave to Shakuntala, and then everything comes back to him. And in one of his trips to the heaven itself, as he comes back, he meets his wife. Actually, he meets the son first, and there are some interesting stories there also. Then then Maricha will, bless them, and then Shakuntala is reunited along with her son to Dushyanta and lives happily ever after. So that's the whole story. Good ending. And then we saw this verse. Thank you, Bhagini. Okay. So Katha. So we will take some more volunteers help to read this Katha. Today's Katha is Sadhunam Jivanam, the life of sages. Okay. Hmm. Jyoti Prakash has put her hand up. You have a question, Bhagini?
No, I thought I will read. Today my
Okay.
network is
You
pretty.
get your first paragraph, please. First paragraph is yours. Start off, Bhagini.
कथा साधूनां जीवनम् गङ्गातीरे एकः साधुः आसीत्
So
सः
Saptami Eka. Oh, you have to pause after every sentence. So Ganga Tire, Saptami Eka Vachana. Ganga Tiram, Ganga Tire. Iti Saptami Eka Vachana. So location in the location. So Ganga Tire. Tira is the shore, Ganga river. So upon the shore of Ganga, Ekaha, one masculine, Sadhu, a sage, Asit, he was there, Lang, Asit, past tense. Continue, Bhagini.
सः साधुः बहु उपकारं करोति स्म
So that sage, a lot of help he used to do. Okay, Sma is used to sense. Okay, correct usage in this case. Okay.
यः अपकारं करोति तस्यापि उपकारं करोति स्म
Yaha, whichever fellow.
एकस्मिन् दिने
No,
सः
no, no. You have to pause.
गङ्गानद्यां
You have to pause after every sentence for me to complete the highlights. Okay. Yaha, whoever. Okay. Apakaram karoti, who does ill. Okay, upakara is to help, apakara is to harm. So whoever harms also, tasya api, even of that fellow, upakaram karoti sma. He used to do help to even such fellows. One of those rare sages. Continue, madam. I think her internet is still having issues. Okay, she has a very spotty connection, I guess. So Jyoti Variye, we are not able to hear you because I think again you have a spotty connection. So unfortunately, I have to request someone else. So Uma Bagini, if you can, if you can step in for Jyoti, yeah.
Okay. I'll start from the third sentence.
Yes, yes.
एकस्मिन् दिने सः गङ्गानद्या स्नानं कर्तुं नदीं गतवान्.
See, even Ganga Nadyam Saptami Ekavachana. That Bindu is very important. Okay. So Ekasmin Dine. Ekasmin is Saptami Ekavachana. In one. In one. In a day. In upon or at the time of one particular day. That sense is there. Saptami, Kala Saptami. Okay, not Sthana Saptami, Kala Saptami. Okay, at some particular during some particular day, that sense. Okay, saha, that sadhu, ganga nadyam, in the ganga nadi, this is locational saptami. Okay, in the ganga nadi nadyam iti saptami. So in the ganga nadi snanam kartum, to take bath. Okay, so in order to do bathing, that sense is there in that. Nadim gatavan, he went to the river. Obviously Ganga Nadim gatavan, karma position. Nadim gatavan. Continue Bhagini.
नदीप्रवाहे एकः वृश्चिकः आगतः.
In the pravaha of the nadi, that means in the heavy flow. Okay, vahati, carries, pravaha, forceful carrying. That means you know the meaning of pravaha anyway, as any Indian would know. So nadi pravahe, in the forceful flow of the nadi. Ekah vrishchikah, one in masculine. Vrishchikah is this fella, scorpion. Okay, vrishchikah agataha, he came.
सः साधु वृश्चिकं दृष्टवान्.
So this sadhu saw that scorpion in the flowing river.
तं हस्तेन गृहीतवान्.
He grabbed it by his hand.
तीरे स्थापयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान्.
Sthapayitum.
तीरे स्थापयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान्.
So he tried to put him upon the shore. Okay, he knew that this is not the natural environment for this scorpion to be, succeeding. So he wanted to rescue it from the flowing river. So he tried to place it upon the shore from his kindness. Okay. Huh.
किन्तु सः साधो हस्तम् अदर्शत्.
Sadhoho. So of the sadhu. So this is Shashti Ekavachana. Sadhuhu. So Guroho, Gurvoho, Gurunam. Sadhoho, Sadhvoho, Sadhunam. So Sadhoho, Shashti Ekavachana. Possessive case. So of the sadhu, the hand Adashat. It bit. Adashat, lung. Adashat. Dashati becomes Adashat in lung. Bhutakala. Saha is Vrishchikaha. Okay. So Saha Vrishchikaha. But Kintu is but that scorpion of the sadhu, the hand, it bit. No, he bit. Okay. Because Saha, he bit. Okay. Continue.
साधुः तं त्यक्तवान्.
So obviously immediate response is he just dropped him off. Okay, because he got bit, he dropped the scorpion off. That means he couldn't take it to the shore. Continue.
वृश्चिकः जले अपतत्.
So it fell into the water, obviously.
पुनः पुनः साधुः वृश्चिकं गृहीत्वा तीरे स्थापयन्तु प्रयत्नं कृतवान्.
Sthapayitum. Okay.
Sorry.
Sthapayitum prayatnam.
स्थापयितुं प्रयत्ने कृतवान्.
Prayatnam kritavan. Okay. So again this sadhu. Punaha asmakam sadhu, our sadhu. Vrishchikam grihitva. Karma pada. Vrishchikam grihitva. So for the grahana kriya, vrishchika is the karma. So vrishchikam grihitva tvanta. Okay. Having grabbed the scorpion. Tire, nadi tire, Ganga tire, Saptami Ekavachana, locative, sthapayitum, in order to place it. See, tumun we are going to learn soon. Okay, this is also just like tvanta. This is another type of anta called tumun anta. So sthapayitum, in order to place it. Okay, whereas tvanta had a completed nature, having grabbed. This one is in order to sense, in order to place it. Okay, so sthadatu, sthapana. So sthapayitum, in order to establish it or place it in the shore. Prayatnam kritavan. Prayatna is the karma of the kru dhatu. So prayatnam saha kritavan. Effort he did. Like that. Continue.
पुनः वृश्चिकः हस्तम् अदश्यत्.
Again, of course, like we say in Kannada, nai bala donku, we say, which means a dog's tail is always bent. Who wants to straighten it? So Vrishchika knows his dharma. So punaha Vrishchikaha hastam adashat. Again, it bit the hand. It thinks that somebody is attacking him. Okay, continue.
एवम् अनेकवारं साधुः वृश्चिकं गृहीतवान्. वृश्चिकः अपि अदश्यत्.
So this happened again and again. Evam, like this. Aneka varam, many times. Varam varam is another way we say in Sanskrit. Varam varam is like again and again. Aneka varam is many a time. That sense. Okay. So sadhuhu vrishchikam grihitavan. He grabbed again. Vrishchikaha api tam adashat. Tam has to be understood. But tasya hastam or tam adashat. Him it bit. Like, okay. Thanks, Bhagini. Well read. So I guess Jyoti Prakash's hand is up, but she has internet issues. So I will. You want to try, madam?
Yes, yes, Mahodaya.
I know. I feel bad for you. 2-3 times you have tried and try. Let's give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah. नदीतीरे एकः पुरुषः आसीत्.
So
Sadhu
upon the hold on. Every sentence give a break. So in the shore of the Nadi, there was a man. This was somebody else other than the sadhu. That's why only Purusha is given. So upon the shore, observing all this, obviously, one man was there. Okay, at that time. Continue.
साधु महाराज अयं वृश्चिकः दुष्टः.
Hey Sadhu Mahar. This is Sambodhana. See the apostrophe. Hey Sadhu Maharaja. Like that. Okay. So, Hey Sadhu Maharaja. See, this Raja is coming from Rajan Nakaranta Shabda. In if it was remaining as Raja, Rajan, then in Sambodhana it would have been Hey Rajan only. Okay. Hey Rajan. But in a Samasta Pada like Maharaja, it takes Akarantatva. So Maharaja, so it has that sense. So it becomes actually Maharajaha in Pratama Ekavachana. Maharajaha in Pratama Ekavachana. In Sambodhana, it just becomes Maharaja like that. To that again, Sadhu has been tacked on. So Sadhu Maharaja, hey you, the king of sages, like that. Ayam Vrishchikaha Dushtaha. This one, Eshaha Vrishchikaha. Ayam is the other variant. So, Eshaha Vrishchikaha Dushtaha. This scorpion is a wicked fella. Like that. Continue, Bhagini.
सः पुनः पुनः दशति.
He will bite again and again. Like that.
भवान् किमर्थं तं हस्ते वृथा स्थापयति?
Bhavan, आप जैसा. Third person reference. Bhavan, aap. Kimartham, for what great purpose? Great I am adding. For what purpose? So this artham in the end of this kind of thing is for what purpose? Okay. We had seen it in the shloka also, no? Siddhyartham. That's also similar technique. Artham attachment technique. It's a type of samasa creation. Okay. So tam haste vrita sthapayati tam vrishchikam. Okay. That scorpion as a karma pada in the hand, in your hand, obviously, tava haste. Tava cannot be used because bhavan is there. So bhavataha has to be used here. Okay. Bhavataha haste. Aapki hast mein, like that. But there is no reference that you can imagine there is a bhavataha. Vrutha stapayati, wastefully. Again and again, why are you placing it in your hand like that? Continue.
वृश्चिकं त्यजतु इति उक्तवान् सः.
So drop that scorpion. Don't take it again and again in your hand. He took kindness to this Sadhu Maharaja, this Purusha. I think I need to step in. He's being too kind here. He doesn't realize. Let me save him like that. Iti uktavan saha Purushaha. So sometimes they have used Ktavatu. Sometimes they have used Avochat or something like that would be the lung. So continue, Bhagini. Avadat.
तदा
Hmm.
तदा साधुः उक्तवान् वृश्चिकः क्षुद्रः जन्तुः
Mm.
दशनं
Then at that, hold on. At that time, the sadhu told, Bhagini wants to rush through because her internet might drop. No, wait for us. It doesn't matter. Vrichikaha kshudraha jantuhu. This scorpion is a lowly animal. Kshudra doesn't necessarily mean dushta. Okay? Kshudra means a simple, lowly life. Jantu is in the sense of insect like that or a life. So it's a lowly life. Okay. So he realizes that it doesn't have the intelligence in it to think deeper than what it does. That sense. Okay. Continue.
दंशनं तस्य स्वभावः
Its very nature, swasya bhavaha swabhavaha. His very nature is biting. Hmm.
सः स्वस्य स्वभावं न त्यजति
His own self nature, see, swasya swabhavam is a little overkill, but that's okay. His own self nature, what his own self nature is duplication anyway. Natyajati, he doesn't give up.
अहं तु मनुष्यः
I
अहं
though, aham tu manushyah, I in fact am a man. Hmm, hmm.
अहं मम परोपकारस्वभावं कथं त्यजामि इति
So how will my I of mine helping other nature as a karma pada, how I will give up त्यजामि. So aham katham va mama paropakara स्वभावं त्यजामि. सः तु क्षुद्रः जन्तुः सः न जानाति परन्तु अहं जानामि परोपकारं करणीयम् इति. तो अतः अहं पुनः पुनः प्रयत्नं कुर्वन् अस्मि इति वर्णनं स्यात् तत्र. कंटिन्यू भगिनी.
यः आपकारणीयम् आपकारी आपकारिणाम् अपि उपकारं करोति सः एव साधुः भवति अपकारिणाम् अपि
अपकारिणाम् अपि उपकारं यः करोति सः एव साधुः भवति. One who helps even those who harm, only he can be called a sadhu. Others become manushas, purushas. Okay. It is as we enter into the deeper end of Kali Yuga, we realize that, you know, well, best left unsaid. Okay. So this is the story of the ancient times. Leave that. Okay, we'll have some questions, so we can try to answer these questions. Okay, etesham uttaram likhata. So you can we can crowdsource the answers. Those of you who wish to participate, please unmute. Those others can participate without unmuting also, not an issue. Try it out in your own houses. Ganga tire kaha asit.
गङ्गातीरे एकः साधुः आसीत्.
Ganga tire ekah sadhuhu asit. Sadhu Purushaha, Sadhu Purushaha also is okay because he calls himself I am Manushya like that. Okay, all right. Sadhu kim karoti?
Sadhuhu upkaram karoti.
बहु उपकारं
Sadhu
करोति
sarvada bahu
उपकारम्.
upakaram karoti. You can in fact give many answers from the story. Sadhu snanam gangayam snanam karoti also is fine in a mundane sense. That is also correct answer because you see that's what next. Ganga nadyam snanam karoti. Of course, you can make it as karoti, kartum agachati, but karoti you can say. So, but obviously, if it is a gahana answer, then paropakaram karoti, something like that you can say. Athva paresham upakaram karoti. Anyways, you can answer. Okay, obviously, bahu upakaram karoti is what is that. Okay, and of course, the extended one is yaha apakaram karoti. Tasya api eshah sadhu upakaram karoti sma. That is the moral of the story anyway, in the end. Vrishchikah kim akarot?
वृश्चिकः
वृश्चिकः
साधोः हस्तं
साधोः
अदशत्
अदशत्
Sadhoho hastam adashat. Very well said. Sadhoho hastam adashat. Kah sadhuhu bhavati? Moral.
यः अपकारणीयम् अपि उपकारं करोति सः एव साधुः
Sadhu
भवति.
bhavati. Beginning, you have to practice these longer words a little bit. Okay. Apakarinam. 10 times you read. Paropakara svabhavam. 10 times you read the longer ones. Okay. Your pronunciation will get a good grip once you do that. Okay. Okay. Yaha apakarinam. Apakarinam is also fine. Apakarinam arnam is also fine. Okay. So apakarinam is bahuvachana. Apakarinam is in ekavachana in the karma sense. Okay. But apakarinam is better. So apakarinam api upakaram karoti. So saha eva sadhuhu bhavati. Okay. All right. So we concluded the storyline. Thanks for participating. I'll just mute all. So we continue into the next phase. So the 7th section is about Samskrita Vyavahara. So today's focus is a few specific question words. In fact, we call them kakaras. Okay, questioning words like that. So in that sense, we are continuing these things. So kimartham. So we had earlier seen, I think, kaha, kim, all those things. So this is a little bit additional, I guess. So kimartam, why is one of the things. Kutra, where is one of the things. Kutaha, from where is another thing. This is with the tasil pratyaya. It's earlier, no? Ramataha, Sitataha. So same sense is continuing into this kutaha also. Kutaha, from where? Like that. Okay. So this kimartam, kutra, kutaha, prashnartaka avyayani. Ete prashnartaka avyayani. Okay. So chaturtyarthe kimartam iti bhavati. So in the sense of kasmai, kasyai, this sense is there in kimartam. Okay. For what purpose? Okay. That sense is there in that. Okay. But kimartam fits better in some places than saying kasmai, kasyai and all that. Okay. It's also not having any linga affliction because being an avyaya. So it's kind of generically fits better as a question for what purpose, that sense. Okay. So let us study this. Study attentively the following statements and questions. Statements and questions. Saha pathanartham vidyalayam gacchati. Saha kimartham vidyalayam gacchati. Saha pathanartham vidyalayam gacchati. So you can use this artham both in the question and in the answer. So in fact, you would have said pathanaya vidyalayam gacchati. Normal, of course, right? So for the sake of reading. So patanaya vidyalayam gacchati. But patanartham is another technique available. Okay, just like the tasil taha technique, which is there later. So that this one is artham technique, you can call it kimartham technique or artham technique. So patanartham, ramartham, sitartham. Okay, ramah sitartham kutra gacchati, vanam gacchati. Not exactly true, but anyway. So unfortunately for Rama, the only destination is Vana in all our Sanskrit lessons. Athva Ayodhya, when we are in a happy mood. Okay. But he is always leaving Ayodhya. So gacchati is tough to say. Anyway, saha kimartam vidyalayam gacchati, pathanartam vidyalayam gacchati. Punaha, sa arogyartham yogasanam karoti. Sa kimartam yogasanam karoti. Sa arogyartham yogasanam karoti. Arogyaya. Arogyaya or arogyartham. Okay. Then Venkatesha pravasartham videsham gacchati. Venkatesha kimartam videsham gacchati. Why does Venkatesh go abroad? Venkatesha pravasartham videsham gacchati. For traveling, he goes to goes abroad like that. Okay, goes to a faraway country, foreign country. Grihastha santoshartham danam karoti. Grihastha kimartham danam karoti. Grihastha santoshartham danam karoti. For his happiness, he does dana. A householder. A householder, for his sake of his happiness, he does dana. Santoshaya, santoshartham. Variants. In the above questions, kimartham is the interrogative word. The meaning of this word is why, what for which purpose, these senses. To inquire about the reason for any action, it is used. Using kimartham, put questions and practice. Okay, so you guys need to ask some questions about this. Okay, for example, aham kimartam samskritam patami. If you get a doubt, why are you in this class? Aham kimartam samskritam patami. Aham samayayapanartham samskritam patami. To pass time, I study Sanskrit. I am being harsh, guys. Sorry. Okay. Aham jnanartham samskritam patami. Like this is a better answer always. Okay. All right. So like this, you try out a few things. Then kutra, where? Okay, another. This is about saptami. Okay, avyayam saptamyarte kasmin. Okay, in that sense. Okay, I don't know why I put kasyam. Actually, I should have put, I don't know why kim there. Sorry for online correction. Okay, kasmin is pullinga, kasya or napumsakalinga, and kasyam is strilinga. So I have put both variant. So with kutra there is no linga veda. So that's the benefit. Okay. So Dineshah Vidyalayam Gacchati. Dineshah Kutra Gacchati. Like that. Okay. Dineshah Vidyalayam Kimartam Gacchati Patanartam. Dineshah Kutra Gacchati Vidyalayam Gacchati. Dineshah Kutra Kimartam Gacchati. Dineshah Vidyalayam Patanartam Gacchati. Potentially you can stack two questions in one also. Okay. Ramanaha Kashyam Vasati. Ramana stays in Kashi. Ramana kutra vasati? Where does he stay? Veda puja grihe asti. This is a girl Veda. Sometimes in our puja graha we keep our Veda granthas also and never open them. So maybe it's that Veda also. Veda puja grihe asti. Veda kutra asti? Natu mama mastiske asti sa. Sa puja grihe asti. Like that. Rajendraha vatikayam karyam karoti. So see, all these are saptami. See, vidyalayam. Actually, vidyalayam is a karma. So oh, that's why I had kim. Okay, leave it. But so sometimes the answer can be in dvitiya. See, vidyalayam. But kashyam is saptami. In Kashi, in puja graha, in vatika. But to the vidyalaya. See, kutra can elicit a karma for gamana kriya. Okay, so instead of a locative answer, it becomes a karma answer for the gamana kriya. Okay, but vasa kriya, asdhatu, that is to be, and these kind of things, it is becoming proper saptami because a locative question. It can be temporal, time also, but kutra doesn't have time sense in it. Okay, that is the speciality about kutra. Kutra is specifically locative for space, not for time. Okay, there is another variant used for time called kada. Okay, kada bhavati, shvaha bhavati, Sayankale bhavati. Like this, we can give temporal answers, but kada is the way to question time. Kutra is the way to question location. Okay, very important distinction. So Rajendraha vatikayam karyam karoti. Lucky fellow. He works in the garden. Rajendraha kutra karyam karoti. Vatikayam karyam karoti. Unless he is digging holes and planting. If he is doing laptop based work in the Vatika, he is a lucky fellow. Okay. His name is Rajendra. Very high hopes from his mother. So probably is working on a laptop. Kutra is one of the 7 interrogative words. Sapta kakaraha we call it. No, Kutra is one of them. It means where. Ramesha lives in Kashi. To ask where does Ramesha live, the word Kutra is used. The first one. Huh? Ramesha Kutra vasati, like that. So where it was there. Actually, Ramesha was not there at all. Dinesha was there. Anyway, I guess they edited one portion and forgot. Where is Ramesha? Ramesha is not there. There is Dinesha, there is Ramana, Venkatesha, no Ramesha. Anyway, interesting. Okay, write down 10 questions using Kutra and practice. So, something they have asked us to do. Okay, Aham Kutra vasami, Aham Jayanagare vasami. मम कार्यालयं कुत्र अस्ति मम कार्यालयं बेंगलुरु नगरे अस्ति अत्र अस्ति तत्र अस्ति like this you can ask simple questions about your own life मम भार्या कुत्र गच्छति मम भार्या आपणं गच्छति like that or शाटिकापणं गच्छति like that okay kutaha from where okay avyayam panchamyarte. So it is from kasmat, kasyaha. That type of sense is there in kutaha, from where. Okay, tasil version. Okay. Study the following sentences. Savitri Kundapurataha agatavati. Kundapura is a place in the coastal Karnataka. So Savitri Kundapurataha agatavati. Savitri kutaha agatavati. Where did Savitri come from? Kundapurataha agatavati. Raghavah ghatim videshataha anayati. Raghavah ghatim kutaha anayati. Where does Raghava bring his watch from? Raghava brings his watch from abroad. Anayati is in lat. So we have to say brings sense only. Okay. Anitavan prayaha. That would mean past. Okay. Phalani vrikshataha patanti. Phalani kutaha patanti. The fruits, where do they fall from? Phalani vrikshataha patanti. Vrikshat vrikshataha. But one thing I told you, tasil, this taha version is only for ekavachana. Sorry. Sa bhojanam grihataha anayati. She, the food from home she brings. She, because I already know sa anayati does not have any linga sense. Okay. Sa bhojanam kutaha anayati. From where does she bring? Saha japamalam kashitaha anitavan. Kashi is famous for the japamala, no, japamala, sorry, japamala, no, japamala. So that's the thing, the one which uses that special seed. That one. Okay. So सः जपमालां कुतः आनीतवान् सः जपमालां काशीतः आनीतवान् all the way from Kashi. The question word kutah is one of 7 ka sounds in Sanskrit. The meaning of the word is from where. Kutah, from where. Example, Savitri Kundapuratah agatavati. Where from has Savitri come? In this sense, word kutah is used. Actually, they gave the answer and put the question. Again, editing error. It should have been kutaha here. Okay. Savitri kutaha agatavati should have been there. Few mistakes here and there, but good. We are good enough to notice and move on, understand and move on. Okay. So any question? I guess you guys know what is kimartam, what is kutra, what is kutaha. Okay. Any questions? Okay, let's find out how we have learned this thing. Very easy questions are there as usual. Sanskrit Bharati. We will take a break. 12:04 now. We will take a break. Come back and attempt this these exercises. Okay. So take a 3-minute water break and come back at 12:08 or so. We will continue. Okay. Okay. Welcome back. So let us do the exercises. Okay. So two words are given below. Using the same, write down the question and also the answer as an example. So what I will do, I will invite one or two people to try because this is a large answer, so crowdsourcing will lead to confusion. So let's look through one example. Yogasanam arogyartham. Okay, yogasanam arogyartham. So saha, athva you can use sa also. Why saha? Sa kimartam yogasanam karoti. Sa arogyartham yogasanam karoti. Aham kimartam yogasanam karomi. Aham arogyartham yogasanam karomi. Any purusha, any vachana, you can go. Okay. Tvam also you can ask. Okay. But answer would be then aham. Tvam kimartam yogasanam karoti? Aham arogyartam yogasanam karomi. Neither. Okay. So let's involve Balwant sir, Balwant Surti Varya. You can take a few. You can unmute. Ha. Danam punya sampadanaartham.
सः किमर्थं दानं करोति? सः पुण्यसम्पादनार्थं दानं करोति.
So earlier it was santoshartham, but here punya sampa, very, 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 what you call, greedy, dana kriya. Okay, so punya sampadanartham danam karoti. So kimartham punya sampadanartham. One more varya.
सः किमर्थं प्रवासः करोति? प्रवासं
Pravasah va?
करोति. प्रवासं करोति.
Pravasam. So pravasam karoti.
सः सन्तोषार्थं प्रवासं करोति.
Saha santoshartham pravasam karoti. The thing here is danam was napumsaka, so it remained danam in the karma position. Pravasaha pravasam karoti. So that's the variation. With kru dhatu, it takes the karma there. That's okay. That's over time you will get that. Okay. Sometimes we end up writing pravasaha like that. It's okay at early stages to make that, but there cannot be two kartas. Pravasaha also puts in pratama, sa also in pratava. So is pravasa doing sa or sa doing pravasa? Question comes up. So it has to go into the correct vibhakti for that reason. Huh? Thanks,
Yes.
Varya. Well done.
Thank you.
So, Rama R. Varya, Rama R.
Yes, sir.
You get a couple. Yeah.
बालकः किमर्थं क्रीडां करोति?
Kridam Kridati, something like that you have to go. Okay. So actually, this is a mistake. Samskrita Bharati confused us. Actually, you know how you should write. Balakaha Kimartam Kridati only you have to write. Because Krida is a Akarmaka Dhatu in Samskrita Vangmaya. So because it's Akarmaka, Kridam Kridati, Kridam Karoti is slightly acceptable. Okay. But it's not precise. Okay, so try to go kridati only, or if you remember, then you want to violate this akarmakatva, then you say kridam kridati, but you're slightly better. Kridam karoti is slightly better than kridam kridati. At least there is no violation. Repeat your answer, Bhagini.
Answer की question.
Both statements.
बालकः किमर्थं क्रीडति? क्रीडति बोलो कि?
Correct.
क्रीडति. बालकः विनोदार्थं क्रीडति.
Well done. Actually, oh good. I was also awake to the problem. So better to take krida in the dhatu sense and go kridati. Okay. Then there is no confusion in any of us about karma pada, akarmakatva, sakarmakatva, etc. Balaha kimartam kridati, balaha vinodartam kridati. See, both of us thought of a boy only. I don't know why we don't think of a girl for krida. But anyway, that's I guess what you call societal training in us. Number 4 for you, Bhagini.
सीता, अभी मैं फेमिनिन लेती हूँ. सीता किमर्थं विद्यालयं गच्छति?
Very good.
सीता ज्ञानार्थं विद्यालयं गच्छति.
Gachati. Very good. Sita jnanartham vidyalayam gachati. Chhatraha, Sita, Rama, any number of things. Okay. Well done. So thanks, Bhagini. So let's invite Rupa Jadhav Varye. Ha. Apanah krayanaartham. You do aham. You try to do aham version. Apanaha means shop, Bhagini. Your favorite place.
Aham kimartham apanam gacchami.
Very good. Aham kimartam apanam gacchami. See, Bhagini put the dhatu in its Uttama Purusha version. Gacchami. Well done. Aham kimartam apanam gacchami.
Krayanartham apanam gacchami.
So you can krayanartham, you can prefix it with shatikayah krayanartham, like that, of the sari, the purchase of the saris. So aham chatikayah krayanartham apanam gacchami. So for the sake of buying a sari, I go to the purchasing a sari. Krayana is purchasing. So Vikrayana is selling. Okay. So Krayana purchasing. So Shatikayah Krayanartham. You don't need to say all that. Krayanartham Apanam Gachami. You can go Gamishyami also. Okay. So very well done, Bhagini. Now you stay unmuted. Let's see what is the next exercise. You can try the first one of that. Using the given two words, make the question and answer as shown in the example. Vishwanatha Kashi. Vishwanatha Mandiram Kutra Asti. Vishwanatha Mandiram Kashyam Asti. If you are triggered to some real world fact, you can go like this. Or remembering Vishwanatha Mandira is in Kashi, like that. Okay. But any other generic simple also you can do. But generally quite famous pairs are there. So it should not be too difficult to find something from the storylines also. Bhagini, you get, oh my God, the bird I hope is okay. Okay. Sri Ramaha Ayodhya.
Shri Ram Mandir kutra asti?
Sri Rama Mandiram.
Mandiram. Shri Ram Mandiram kutra asti? Shri Ram Mandiram Ayodhyam asti.
Ayodhyayam. Okay. Sitayam. So additional yam will come. So Ayodhyayam will come. Okay. Repeat it.
Shri Ram Mandiram kutra asti? Shri Ram Mandiram Ayodhyayam asti.
Asti. Okay. Sri Rama Mandiram Kutra Asti. Sri Rama Mandiram Ayodhyayam Asti. Or if you don't want to go with the prototype of Mandira, but actually if you see Sharada Mandira, everywhere it's a little bit Manjunatha Mandira. So there is an expectation of adding Mandira, but this is also fine. Sri Ramaha Kutra Asti. Sri Ramaha Adhyayam Asti. If his Mandira is there, he is also there. Like that you can think. But I am slightly violating the tenet. I have to supposedly say Mandiram. That's okay. The focus is on Kutra Ayodhyayam. So that's why I highlighted. You see, Bhagini Yam. So that additional, yeah, that's why I have put in red. I anticipated trouble with that. I myself have trouble with that many times. When already there is a ya, you get confused. It's already there. Can I just go yam like that? So yam. Thanks, Bhagini. Well done. So let's invite Ruchita Jhadavarye. You get Krishna and Sharada Bhagini.
श्रीकृष्णमन्दिरं कुत्र अस्ति? श्रीकृष्णमन्दिरं मथुरायाम् अस्ति.
Sri Krishna Mandiram Mathurayam Asti. I should actually add Mandiram. Maybe I will do the edit after the class. Okay. And the next one, Bhagini.
शारदामन्दिरं कुत्र अस्ति? शारदामन्दिरं शृङ्गगिरि.
Tough one, na? Shringa Girau. Okay. Shringa Girau.
शारदामन्दिरं शृङ्गगिरौ अस्ति.
Girau, Rau, like that. Okay. So Sharada Mandiram Shrungagirau Asti, like that. Okay. Shrungagirau.
Okay.
Girihi Giri Girayah Girim Giri Girin Girina Giribhyam Giribihi, like that. And Girau Giryo Girishu, something like that will come. I have to also practice it again. Hari Shabda. So Harihi Hari Haraya Harim Hari Harin Harina Haribhyam Haribihi. Haraye Haribhyam Haribhyaha Harehe Haribhyam Haribhyaha Harehe Haryoho Harinam Harau Haryoho Harishu Harau what Girau, like that. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks Bagini. Well done. So
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. नीलिमा दिवेकर वर्ये. Bagini, you get Manjunatha and Vithala.
Manjunatha kutra asti?
Hmm.
Manjunatha dharmasthale asti.
Asti. Samyak. Manjunatha dharmastale asti. So Manjunatha Devalayah athva Manjunatha Mandiram kutra asti? Manjunatha Mandiram dharmastale asti. This one is actually again in one of the after Hasan, if you pass towards Mangaluru, along the way you get Dharmasthala. I think it's part of Mangaluru district. Okay. So very interesting thing about this place is the Dharmadikari is a Jain. Okay. So the parampara has been maintained. There was a Jain kingdom in the ancient times when this great temple was established, and the Jain kings of the locality used to be the Dharmadikaris of this temple. So there was a complete samya between Hindus and Jains, and they used to co-live with peace. So the same Dharmadikari Paddhati, the Jain family has continued. So the Hegadevaru or something like that they call it. So he is actually a Jain lineage person from that kingdom. So he continues as the Dharmadikari of Dharmasthala. Okay. So that's very interesting fact about that. Continue, Bagini.
Vithala mandiram kutra asti? Vithala mandiram Pandarapura nagare asti.
Bagini took the Nagare. Pandarapure. Puryam. Puri if you take. Puri if you take Puryam, but Puram is there, so Pure is fine. Okay. Pandarapure asti. In fact, just last week, the great event of Pandarapur Vithala Mandira was there. So where actually Maharashtrians and even North Karnataka people, they take yatra all the way to Pandarapura from various far-flung places, all the while singing Vithala's bhajan, and all the villagers along the way create places for them to eat, stay, and take care of them as they proceed. And thousands of them gather in Pandarapura, which is in South Maharashtra, close, not too far also from even from Karnataka also. Okay. Vittalaha kutra asti? Vittalaha Pandarapure asti. Vittala mandiramapi tatra eva asti. He's called Vittala because he has that special pose in Pandarapura. Okay. All right. So few more we have. Thanks, Bagini, for helping us out. So now, given below are things Girisha bought for his younger sister's wedding. So something interesting here. So Girisha bought some things for his younger sister's wedding. It is mentioned where he bought them from. Oh, she is such a lucky girl. So accordingly, write down the questions and answers. Okay. Shatikaha Kanchi. Best place. Girishaha Shatikaha. So Kanchitaha Anitawan. Shatikaha is in Dvitiya Bahuvachana here. Okay. Shatikam, Shatike, Shatikaha Dvitiyayam. Shatika, Shatike, Shatikaha Pratama. Shatikam, Shatike, Shatikaha Dvitiyayam. Punaha Shatikaha ityeva bhavati tatra Bahuvachane. So Girishaha Shatikaha Kanchitaha Anitavan. Then the simple question Kutaha, from where? Okay, this is a the actual exercise of the kutaha is easy enough. Our struggle will be with this kind of things. Okay, it is interesting exercise for that reason. Okay, everywhere pretty much Girisha Anitavan will come. So our focus is on how to go with this. Okay, so let us invite Mrinalini Sharma Varye. Mahodaye, you get couple of them.
गिरीशः आभरणानि मङ्गलूरुतः आनीतवान्. गिरीशः आभरणानि कुतः आनीतवान्?
गिरीशः आभरणानि मङ्गलूरुतः आनीतवान्. Oh, I am aware of the beauty of Mangaluru gold creations. So like my wife has one what we call kadaga. They can make a apparently very thick looking armlet bangle which actually is hollow. So they are experts in gold works there. Okay. Abharanani Mangalurutah Anitavan. Well done, Bagini. So Asandaha Bengaluru. Your chance.
Okay. गिरीशः आसन्दाः बेङ्गलूरुतः आनीतवान्.
See, because Pullinga, see, Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramau, Raman, like that. So here we get Asandan, okay? Because it's Pullinga, no? Asandaha, Asandan, like that, okay?
Okay.
No problem. So Girishaha, Asandan, Bengalurutah, Anitavan. Putaha Anitavan in the question. That's easy enough. We'll leave that. So Asandan. So this thing is to know what's happening. So Shatika is a Strilinga pada. So it will remain Shatikaha in karma position. Okay, for Bahuchana. Abharanani Napumsaka. So remains Abharanani in Dvivachana, in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Asandaha tu Asandan iti bhavati. Raman itivat. Asandaha, Asandau, Asandaha. Like that. So Asandan iti.
Okay.
Thanks, Bagini. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Monica Varye.
Yes, Mahoday.
2 more for you. 3 more for you.
Girishah Madhurani Kutah Anitavan. Girishah Madhurani Bhagya Nagare Nagaratah Anitavan.
Well done. Good correction. Bhagyanagarataha Anitavan. Bhagyanagar is Hyderabad. Okay. So Madhurani. So see, Bagini Varye is Monica Varye, it's very correct. How can he bring one sweet? So Madhurani Bhagyanagarat atva Bhagyanagarataha Anitavan. Swasya Swasaya wedding, how do we say? Parinayartham, like that. Artham Shabda can save us. Parinayartham Anitavan. Well done. Kataha Chennai.
Girishah Katan Kutah Anitavan. Girishah Katan Chennai-tah
Anitavan. So if you're wondering what is kata, that's what is opening up this thing. Okay. So I think for the groom bride and all the guests, maybe he was bringing many of them. So Girishaha Katan Chennai-tah Anitavan. I didn't know about furniture and Chennai, but we learned. Okay. Girishaha Katan Kutaha Anitavan. Okay. Well done.
Sir, one doubt is there.
Yes,
sir,
Bagini.
One doubt. Shatikaha was the example, and they used Shatikaha only. So
can you do you remember Sita Shabda, Rama Shabda? How do you decline? Rama, Rame, Ramaha.
Ramam, Rame, Ramaha.
What was Dvitiya? Dvitiya Bahochana was what?
Ditya Vachana Raman.
Ramaha. Okay, not
Ramaha.
Raman, not Raman type. Ramaha only. Same way, Shatika also is a Akaranta Strilinga Pada. In Dvitiya Bahuvachana, it's again Shatikaha. Okay. So don't confuse. Girishaha is in Pratama there. Shatikaha is in Dvitiya Bahuvachana there. Okay.
Thank you.
This over time, this mystery will clear up in your head. Initially, we struggle with this. I agree. Why is not there is a unique sound for every vibhakti, every vachana, so that we don't ever confuse. One day we can make a susu Samskritam and make it clean up like that. But today it is Samskritam and we take it what is there with its small vagaries. Okay. Number 5, Bhagini.
गिरीशः शय्याः कुतः आनीतवान् गिरीशः शय्याः पूणात् आनीतवान्
Punatah.
पूणातः आनीतवान्
I don't know why they didn't use Punya Nagaram here, like Bhagya Nagaram, but it's okay. Punataha Anitavan. Okay, Girishah Shayyaha. So again, Shayya Strilinga Pada. So Dvitiya Bahuvachane Shayyaha Ityeva Bhavati. Okay, so the carts he brought from Chennai, but the beds he had to go to Pune. What a lucky girl, his sister. Can we ever dream of getting all the correct items from the correct places? Okay. So, okay, I mean, Sanskrit Bharati has given all the answers. I just uploaded it here. So, yeah. So, with this, we conclude all these exercises and go to the Subhashitam. So, let's take up the Subhashitam in the afternoon because today is a Sunday. I don't want to over drag the time for you guys. So let us take from the Subhashitam onwards in the afternoon session and do the exercises for 8th chapter and then jump into the 9th a little bit. Okay. So that will be nice progress for us. So have a nice lunch break. Are there any questions? Okay. So we will meet again at 3 o'clock, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. We will do the end prayer at the end of the afternoon session. Namo Namaha.